This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
This podcast is brought to you by Audible.com.
Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/RoyalWeCast.
They have over 180,000 different titles to choose from for your iPod,
iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. A book that we recommend is Born Standing Up by Mr. Steve Martin.
Yep.
Yep. Science, stamp it. Poop.
How you guys been? Been a while.
Oh, God.
Fine. Noel had not the best day, but
Fine.
Oh, God. Oh, fine.
Why? What happened on your day?
You know.
whoa, what the
I don't know.
You kind of... Didn't I tell you?
You didn't tell me. What are you talking about?
Tinder man.
You
My
met,
God.
You met the Tinder man? He's like the Mothman, but for Tinder?
The Tinderman.
I wish.
The Tinderman.
I'd kill for him.
Yeah,
No, I went on a
He's the sidekick of Burning Man.
an ill-fated Tinder date.
He'll start your fire, but it won't last.
God. Ugh.
Someone else had to come in to keep it going.
So paint the picture. So obviously he was cute because you went on a date with him.
He was cutish. I mean, but what...
Did Taylor just whisper, he's a dork?
No, I'm sorry. I said, it's so dark in here.
I thought you were like,
I thought she did too.
Say that, yeah. No, she I did not go out with the dork.
These nerds.
I love the idea that there's like under Noel's story, there's Taylor be like, no, she's lying.
Subscripts. Yeah.
I'm sorry, so go ahead. You went on a date with a dork.
No. No, so here was the problem. He made himself seem like he was cool.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
you do on Tinder.
That's what Tinder is.
That's the whole game.
All right, this is all very easy for you,
You think I look
guys
like
to
this in my
say.
OkCupid profile? No,
Yeah. Ugh, God. No, he seemed like a fucking gutter punk, and I loved it. But he was not a gutter punk.
But what's a gutter punk?
Like, just a guy who wears, like,
punkish,
black
skinny.
denim and leather and
Yeah.
has an undercut and is like, I'm from Portland and I'm vegan. And it's all right that you're not.
What's gutter have to do with it, though? What do you mean gutter?
Because you often see them in trobes hanging out on the street.
Yeah.
And
No,
you're
they're
like,
going to be like,
are they
hey,
homeless
you got-
LGBTQ youth, or are they just
do you
people that
have
don't
a
want jobs?
dollar?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to say
People who
that.
just don't I don't want jobs.
Was it said if a vegan does CrossFit? Which one will they talk about first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really.
Something, yeah. It doesn't matter. That's not what's important.
This is just like the last time you tried to tell a story on our podcast where we just kept like
Postulating about it.
It was funny.
I mean, you guys almost always are right in all your postulates. So, I mean, like, maybe you know the story more than I do.
I had a bad case of postulates last week, man. I had to go get a doctor. Some antibiotics got cleared up. So anyway, you went on a date with this Tinderman.
You just gotta stop eating gas station carb foods.
What else is there to know, though?
Why was it bad?
Why was it bad?
He didn't look anything like his profile pic.
No, he did. He looked all
He
right.
was a 45-year-old Hispanic woman.
Which was the whole reason why I went on this date is because I need an experienced, mature woman to show me how to roll a burrito correctly.
Listen, careful with that kind of talk. You're gonna get Hispanic fury about it. She's gonna.
No, I haven't been drinking nearly enough coconut water and vodka.
It's a good idea. So you go on this date. Where did you guys go?
The Seattle Art Museum.
Oh, that's a nice date. That's a nice little date area.
It seemed like it would be nice, but then that was the problem too, is like I couldn't tell if he was just painfully, awkwardly shy or if he just wanted me to be silent and appreciate the art that we were seeing. Because you know how some people are like, oh, I wanna stare at this, and if you talk at me, like, you dumb whore, shut the fuck up, I'll slit your throat. Yeah. And this will be my new masterpiece.
Some people are like that, I guess.
you know those people who
Yeah. They're called lunatics.
Yeah, you know some people are like that, right?
Also sometimes found in the gutter.
Wait, let's back up. Let's slow
I thought
this
he was
down.
a simple gutter slasher, you know. Who would just kill me and get it over with. But he wanted to look at the art, and
I wasn't sure if he was shy or violent.
Sometimes you find diamonds in the gutter.
You actually made a comment about a painting
Hashtag
being
gutter
described as both playful and or violent. And he made sure to tell me that he read that.
Let's slow this way down. So
Sorry, I'm getting ahead.
Wait, what was that last statement? I somehow missed that. I don't know what I was thinking about. I'm sorry.
Gutter Diamond sounds like an alternate name for a pretty woman to me.
That makes me think of punk rock Neil Diamond.
Gutter Diamond.
That was the working title. No one knew what it was. It was.
If I were in RuPaul's Drag Race, that would be my name.
Gutter Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or Trash Angel. I would go for Trash Angel first.
That's the name of my Jaeger.
That's the name of your what?
My Jaeger.
Your Jaeger? You got Trash Angel. Who's your co-pilot?
Gutter Diamond?
Gutter Diamond?
Gutter Diamond and Trash Angel. We're going to go punch some kaiju in the face. What were we talking about? Let's slow down. Hold on, let's slow down.
Noel had a date at an art museum.
I want to pick this apart. I want to pick this apart. Hold on. I want to pick this apart. So
what else is there?
Who messaged who first?
He messaged me.
All right.
Classic.
Did he go with humor? Did he go with what was his?
Yeah,
what was his...
he messaged me because in my my profile it says that my pizza expectations are high.
As
And
they
he
should
was
be.
like, "Oh,
Right,
is
right.
that like high in quantity? Like you expect a lot of pizza, or in quality, as like your standards for pizza are high?"
Right.
It's both.
Right.
So that was his question, and I was like, "No, it's in quality. Like,
Right.
I'm from New
well.
York. I'm not gonna eat fucking just any pizza." Fuck you.
Was that your response? I hope that was your response. Like verbatim. I'm not gonna get. Listen, I'm not gonna eat any fucking pizza.
Any fucking pizza. Ain't no fucking any pizza.
Her Tinder is just Joe Pesci. So he's upset with you. The reason he was quiet is because he thought he was going on a date with Joe Pesci.
It wouldn't exist out here if it wasn't for me.
My pizza expectations is high.
You know what we just realized? We've got Killer Joe Pesci. I can't even fucking.
Joe Precious.
Killer Joe Precious.
Precious. Joe Pesci.
Based on the
Joe-
novel Push
Joe
by Sapphire. Killer Joe.
Oh my god.
He's a made man, and he's just made precious.
He was made precious. That was the thing. No, he's made. He's a made guy. He's just
Yeah.
made him a little precious.
Some diamonds are found, some are made precious.
Yeah, he
I-
thinks.
I just love the idea that you go on a Tinder date with someone and you
God
meet them, and
damn.
under his breath he goes, "You're not Joe Pesci."
He went to Jared's.
I know.
Oh my god.
It's,
Some
That was
some
how we
diamonds are made and some are made precious. God, that's funny to me.
Okay, so Joe Pesci. No, not Joe Pesci. So you see him. You agree to hang out. You go back and forth. You see him. You meet him, and you see him before you talk to him. First thoughts.
oh, hey, you.
No, not what did you say first, but like, what are you thinking?
No, that
your
was what I
actual
thought.
brain
That's what happened.
Your brain thoughts were, "Hey, you."
Hey, you.
Were you just like
Friend?
reaching out? You're reaching out with the force first, like.
She says, "Oh, hi. Do you like rock and roll music? Like to make a few extra euros? Want to be in sexy rock and roll video? You want to be in my video? You hold hammer, set on red car, huh? Want to be in sexy rock and roll video?
That's what.
Afterward,
Oh,
have a fan
hi.
blowing you, keep you cool. Afterwards,
Hi.
after there's a rapping, we'll go and get
Oh, ugh.
Chinese
Yeah.
sushi balls and
Everything-
drink American root beer. I feel so crazy."
Everything you just did is something that could legitimately happen out here because there are a lot of Scandinavian people. The museum is not far from the the Chinatown.
No, there.
And yeah, that just sounds about right. So I mean,
Yeah,
that could have been a very
perhaps.
real dating situation.
I'm sorry.
sounds like
What
a
was
good
the
date.
original? What was the original question?
Yeah, sorry, I
again?
derailed that.
I couldn't tell you, but I like the idea that I asked you what was your first thought, and then Nate's. I like to imagine that's Nate's inner monologue at all times.
Oh yeah, because my first thought was, oh
Yeah.
hey you.
Oh, right.
Hey.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could tell, like, while the date was going on, it was just like a complete failure right away.
Not right away, because it was just like, all right, maybe you have anxieties about talking to me at all, little, and like we came here together, and this is just a chance encounter on which we like happen to stand next to like the same piece of art and are like, oh yeah, look at that lighting, yeah, look at the colors, wow, it's just
Hey,
masterful.
shh.
Um,
I'm trying to take it all in.
and then we meet again in the next gallery. Like we were like this was
You just keep you're just going
bullshit.
room to room and you again. So
Yeah.
I never realized how that actually might be not the best idea for a first date.
Now
like
that I've done that, it's the worst place you can go for that.
There's an expectation to be quiet, like you're trying to impress somebody by like
so anything you say is
art.
pretentious or stupid.
Unless
both.
You're
unless it's like
completely right.
The only time that
It's
works is
awful.
unless it's some terrible.
That's a
bullshit
no-win
movie.
situation.
It can be a win if you both kind of are the same way. Like if you went into with a girl and you just started making fun of the paintings, and she was like, "Yeah, look at this fucking one," and then started making fun of the paintings too.
That's right. Yeah, that's
not a Kobayashi Maru. There's a win scenario.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. There might be, unless you can both commiserate over like how like shit.
The most we dealt with was there was one painting that was an oil painting in the special impressionist section, which we specifically bought tickets for. Apparently, after realizing we both don't care for impressionism.
Impressionism is the best.
White person conversation. Anyway,
I'm with you.
yeah. So there's a painting of. It was called Pound of Butter. And it was just a still life of a giant block of butter with like 2 eggs in front of it. And it's like, it's a huge amount of butter.
Who's
We're most moved by that one.
most moved by it? Bowel-wise.
Well, here's the thing. It inspired conversation because
he's vegan.
He's vegan, and he remarked how his friend had posted an Instagram picture of that same painting, and he was like, "Yeah, I liked another painting that he had posted, and one after it." And he was like, "Oh, you too vegan to like this picture of butter?"
Can I give you guys a little peek behind the curtain? When you said the name of it, Pound of Butter or whatever, I immediately tried to make a Paula Deen joke, and I could not remember her name. So I googled butter queen, and she was the first person who came up.
Paula Deen Butter Queen. That is so funny. That's how you tried to figure out her name. She's the Butter Queen. She's the Queen of Butter. What the hell's her name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Queen of Butter. You guys know Butter Queen?
Our Lady of Perpetual Butter Spreads. What is this bullshit? What is Sam doing?
The Butter Queen.
The butter.
She commissioned the painting of Pound of Butter.
So if Nate's inner monologue is a Scandinavian dude trying to get women for his music video, my inner monologue is just folksy nicknames.
Yeah. They call me the Butter Queen.
Call me the Butter Queen.
Oh, child.
Freeze up and slide on over here.
Great shoot.
Ease yourself on down over here next.
So what was the moment? What happened on the date? What was the moment when you realized like this is?
Ham?
I didn't know he was going to throw it.
I didn't know he was going to throw it.
What was the moment? What was the moment, Noel? What was the moment when you realized, okay, this is done?
I mean, it was flashing. The moment I realized it was done, right before it happened, because I didn't just.
That's right. There was an omen.
You knew the whole time. Then you just went with it. You knew before it started. You're like, oh shit.
Wait.
It's like when you get into the wrong lane in a toll booth.
No. All right.
But I'm here. I'm stuck here now. We gotta go see some expressionist butter.
Let me plead my. Here is the reason why I knew from the start it was doomed. I received an omen the moment I stepped off the ferry onto the terminal. There's a walkway that, like, when you leave the ferry. And it like spits you out onto the street so you can go about your life and your destinations in the beautiful metropolis of Seattle. So on the side,
right for a magazine.
Painting a fucking picture. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you want to hear this?
Yes, we do. It's like a prophecy. So it was written.
Yeah. An omen. You started out with saying I had an omen.
So this is a dark omen. I don't know what this means for any of us yet. But in I know what it meant for me. Anyway, so
our listener is waiting with bated breath for this.
So I'm
He's a
walking on the
warlock.
walkway, and to my right, there is an old man sitting on the ledge of the building, and he starts turning red in the face and starts like convulsing and like seizing, like full grand mal seizure. And like me and the other people like walking off the ferry are like, oh my god, like what do we do? Holy shit, what the fuck? And like some people like go and like rush at him and are like trying to assist, aid. Like some people are dialing 911. I was at that point where I was just walking past it but noticed it and I couldn't keep going.
Yeah.
So now if I just fucking casually walk off as this man lays dying, I'm gonna look like the biggest piece of shit ever. So
Meh.
It's being handled.
Other people are on it.
yeah, but so I'm standing there and I'm like trying to think of like first. Well, all right. So I stopped. I stopped and I looked. I sighed probably too loudly. I'm like, like what do I do now?
Gotta die today. I'm late for something.
Well, no. So I'm trying to like think of like, all right, so what is not being handled by these people? Like there's people trying to administer first aid. There's people calling 911. I'm like, all right, what else is there on this list of things to do when something weird and horrible happens in public and you're just a witness
Sure.
bystander? So I'm like, oh, maybe I should try to tell someone in the ferry terminal and see if like they have a protocol or a plan for when this happens, if this is a thing that occurs every day. So I go in towards like the information desk.
Frank, is it the guy over there? Oh, Frank. Yeah, that happens every day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he goes fucking.
I mean,
every
maybe.
day.
I don't know.
Full on
Nice.
grandma seizure. Or whatever.
You could.
Just give something said full on grandma seizure.
God, yeah.
So you
That's what she
can't-
said earlier. That is what she said. She said
Grand
full on
mal
grandma.
Grand mal.
It's a type
Mom.
of seizure. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a grandma seizure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
But we just got
I
a name.
thought-
We just got a name
Well,
of the
when you said-
episode.
When you said that, I thought, who? That's specific. And I thought, I was like, all right. I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, maybe that's her only reference for seizures is her grandma has
full-on
lots of seizures.
grandma
She went full on grandma seizure. I swear to God, I thought that's what you said, and I didn't say anything. I probably pulled a face. I was just kind of like, all right, shit.
Well, I'm glad I got somebody
Grandma
else.
seizure.
Paula
I didn't know that was a type of seizures. I don't know
Paula
anything
D,
about
AKA.
seizures.
Grand
Paula
Grand
D and the
Mall.
Butter Queen hospitalized today after having a full-on grandma seizure.
She had a full on grandma seizure. I mean, that's a mistake. You got to see my.
It's close. It's close. Grandma, grandma. Yeah, it's close.
No,
Grandma seizure.
A grand mal seizure is like the most extreme type of seizure where
the
you
worst
have
is the Darth Maul
full out
seizure.
convulsions.
What about a Jar Jar seizure? That'd be even worse.
You know, that's the goddamn reason why I haven't seen
When you
any
start-
one of those
When you
movies.
start shucking and jiving, it would seem.
It's the same
So,
reason why I hate Tarzan, the animated Disney movie.
So this man is having a grandma seizure, and you go to seek help. Okay.
Yeah. So I told a person inside and then like walked outside and then I was like, oh God, I have to pass this again. The situation at large. And there are still people around, but I'm like, I don't want to just stand here and like watch this because that's weirder. So I started walking off and I heard sirens. So I'm like, all right, maybe it'll be okay. And then like hyperventilated my way to the museum.
Oh, so this happened before your date. All right, right. This is where we're at.
That's why it's
This-
a bad
yeah.
omen
Sure,
for the
sure.
future.
I don't know that it has
why I
anything to do
knew
with
it was
us,
doomed
but
from the start.
For future reference, the best way to get out of a crazy thing like that is just to go, I'll go get help. And then you just go do whatever you want to go to your date.
Well, I didn't know.
It makes you it doesn't make you a good person, but you got the fuck out of that
All right, we
situation.
won't call 911 because that girl said she's getting help.
No, she
Yeah,
looked
sir, that
very
good Samaritan
Don't worry about it.
age-funny and
That other girl got it. That
Very
other lady said she had
interesting.
this taken care of.
let's just sit idly by.
who, you mean Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci.
God, I love we have this.
My God.
This podcast is updated.
I'm useful how?
You're right,
In
right.
emergency situations?
There's been a lot of times like here, because I'm in Asia, stuff like that'll happen, and I make the decision of like, it'll be harder for me to get involved than it would be for me to keep walking.
What kind of stuff happened?
Like I saw a lady, she just dropped her purse in accident. right? And
And you run up there and get her CPR.
Well, I tried to call to her. And I was like, "Ai," which means auntie, right? Which is like what you'd say for a strange woman, right? And I was
Call
like,
him your.
yeah, any strange woman is just "Ai," which is like auntie, right? And I was just like, hey, but she didn't turn around or anything. So I like kind of looked around. There was no one around, and I was like, I don't know. It was in the middle of like an underground sidewalk, like an underground thing. I was like, who would I even bring this to? Who would I even bring this to? I don't know any of the words for any of this in Chinese. So I like looked around. There was no one around. So I just put the purse back on the ground and I went to school.
It's like,
Yeah,
what am I gonna do?
I see your thinking because it would be your luck that they would think you stole it.
Right, right.
yeah.
Well, so here's
They're
what
like,
my
no.
plot would be. Because I know exactly what I do in this situation.
Okay,
Right. So I would pick up the bag.
sure.
I would run at her in like full force.
Just throw it.
at her.
Just,
It's like,
just throw it as hard as you can.
Oh, I remember. Actually, no. It was actually more complicated than that. The reason I didn't do that, it was more complicated because I saw the purse, but I didn't see the woman drop it.
The
So
gun drop
oh,
out?
so you just knew someone dropped it.
I didn't know if it was hers or
You know
not.
who-
And when I
oh.
called to her and she didn't turn
It was a
around,
trick purse. You thought it
No,
was a
hey, yeah.
trick
So
purse.
I would just throw it at the person whose it was,
like
and
this
then
is your problem.
keep
now.
running. Yeah. So they'd be like, "Oh, actually, this is mine. Thanks."
It becomes such
But
a
you're
problem because I
still
can't
running,
explain
so I'm
my
not
actions.
upset that you fucking assaulted me just now.
Yeah, and it was a tricky situation because I couldn't explain my actions.
Yeah.
I heard my neighbor fall down the steps right outside the other day, and I didn't help him. I didn't go help him.
Were they okay?
Jeez.
Was it one of your big gay neighbors?
Was it a grandpa seizure or a grandma seizure?
No, it was he just fell. Like I just came in and I walked in and I heard like somebody come up the steps. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, it's a neighbor coming in. Then I hear this crazy catastrophe of a noise. I was like, oh shit! And then right after that, I hear him go, ah shit! And I was like, so I just stood there and I was like, I'll wait and see if he's okay. Like a normal, you think you just run out and be like, oh shit, man, right? But I was like, I just got home and I'm kind of hungry.
I think the idea though is if I hadn't heard "ah shit," I'm with you.
Yeah.
If I hadn't heard "ah
Yeah.
shit," that's
Yeah,
kinda
I would
like,
have went.
I
Yeah.
fucked myself
But I
up,
was
but
like-
I'm all right.
I was like,
smaller-
nothing.
Like a smaller version of that happens almost every day here. And me in the shower, Noel can attest that I just fucking
I
will
thought you died
drop
the
a
other
bunch
day.
of shit, and so I'm sure you just hear like, "Yeah, son of a bitch!" It's like me like trying to collect myself,
Yeah.
and I have to say something so she knows I didn't just collapse
Yeah.
in the shower.
Otherwise, I would just assume
I
that you
knocked
died.
myself out leaving a shower one time.
What?
That's
Like your blood
scary.
pressure changed too fast.
I was taking a shower and I came out of the
Wait,
shower
what?
and the bath mat, that can happen, but the bath mat was worn through the rubber part. Enough people had stepped on it that it wore the
and
rubber
just-
away. And
just
where
like-
I stepped, it slipped and I fell and I hit my head on the tub as I went
Oh.
down.
Wow, you're lucky you did not have like a serious problem.
And I was on the
Yeah,
third
that
floor
must
of my
be-
house and like my big ass hitting the ground like it shook the whole house, you know? And everyone was like, "What?" And I blacked out. I knocked myself out, and I came
Wow.
up to someone being like, "Are you okay?" Knocking on the door. I was like, and I was just completely naked, lying on the ground.
Yeah, it's like just where you knew. Oh my god! One time I was sitting in my room back home, and my brother just like knocked on my door, and I was like, "Yeah, what's up? Is it night?" And my mom's a nurse. He was like, "Hey, just want to let you know, I just passed out in the shower, so I'm gonna go to the hospital and see mom." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And apparently,
Oh, right on.
that was how we found out he had low blood pressure, because apparently he just was like, "Yeah, just so you know, I just passed out, so I'm gonna go to the hospital."
Oh man.
It's real cash.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
He
I'll
almost
go back.
died naked. I'm gonna talk to mom.
You're gonna talk to mom about it. see
That's
what's
my
going on.
nightmare, man. Because earthquakes are a thing here. Like
Mhm.
they haven't had a big one in a long time. But it's like my fear every time I'm in the bathroom that like that's gonna be the time that a big
Yeah.
earthquake strikes, and it's just gonna
You're
throw me
taking
like
shit.
yeah, it's gonna throw me with like a shitty ass into the street.
That's what people. Anytime
Wait, so
people
you're
come around-
so you're naked and also shitting. It's like
Right.
a
Or
public
the
shower.
worst. I don't know
Or
what
you-
would be
or the
worse. if
shower
you died.
shitting.
They're like, oh man, a naked dead man came flying out of a building. Or if you lived, and then you were like, oh shit, then you just got me. You're like, well, shit. And it's like now I'm naked and I have no home. Everything that could cover my nudity was in that pile of rubble. Like we're completely fucked. Like whatever, just
Well, you know, like,
send me somewhere. I'll put some debris over my business. And
I don't think it every time I go to the bathroom, but you know, like when you got a big one brewing, you know, you're going to be in there for a bit. You get like, I'm like,
big one brewing.
I'm like, I can't.
Wow.
This is going to be like the chances for earthquakes to strike in this window of time they're much bigger.
Because you should be more efficient. You're like, it's like the rules of Fight Club, only based around not being naked while taking a burl in an earthquake prone area. First rule of Burl Club: don't be naked while burling. Second rule of Burl Club: always
check
be
your
clothed while burling.
check your seismograph.
Yes, check your
Hold on,
seismograph.
I gotta consult the chart. There's no recent tectonic activity.
Let me see. This is someone comes over. You're having a party at your house.
That's why we keep our body trimmed. I don't know where I was going with
this thing.
Why is
I was trying with the thing is like it gives you a reason to keep your nails cut short and your hair trimmed. And I was like, what's the whole body naked version of that? Like just I don't know, just scape it up.
Wait, what's the reason to keep your nails cut and your hair trimmed?
Fight Club.
That's in Fight Club.
Okay. Oh, see, I haven't seen that.
I never got that far.
I was like, how does that help you when you have to take a shit?
Yeah, no.
It's important.
you just get right in there.
In case you're like, you're pulling at your hair, clawing at your fucking eyes.
Hey, if you have a completely shorn body, if you have a completely smooth body, everything's going to be more efficient. It's just pow, pow, pow. You're talking like 1-2 licks and you're done.
Yeah.
Right.
This place took a turn.
So I went from Noel's unfortunate date to
why'd you
don't
bring
shit
us back?
during an earthquake.
I've gone on many unfortunate Tinder dates. Did I tell you I went on a date with a girl? Actually, like every now and then, I think because Asian girls don't really like as a foreign man, I can punch much higher. I can punch up much higher. You know,
Yeah.
so like I went on this date with this like very attractive Filipino girl, and like one of the first things she told me is, "You should work on your upper body. Girls like that." I was like, okay, fuck.
You're like, wow, okay.
Awesome.
Anyway, would you like me to get you a coffee or anything? Well, okay.
Yeah, none of them have ever told me that. Do you think that's what the problem is?
Well, the culture
in my dates,
you need more upper body strength. I mean, I think.
Can you bench press, babe?
I mean,
men, women, small children, everybody.
Right.
The upper body is where.
I was thinking like how ridiculous. Like, any man, if someone said that to a man, like they'd be like, "Oh, right," they wouldn't say anything. But like, imagine the other way around.
So that to a woman.
I said something like that to a woman, like, "You should have a bigger butt." Like dudes like that.
Yeah, like
well, that would just be confusing because even like, how do you plan for that to happen?
I'm just negging.
You're just hoping. You're hoping that every donut you eat just lands there, but we don't know how it works.
No,
it's not a gamble you can.
I think you have to be. I think you have to be sitting down. You have to sit down while you eat. No,
there's no science behind where it lands. Oh, there is, but it's genetics. No, it has nothing to do. That's a voodoo room.
Are you thinking about the way
you sit down when you eat donuts, they'll go to your ass? Dude, that's absolute horseshit. Dude, that's no way. There's no basis in that at all. There's absolutely zero science behind that.
Do you think, Sam, do you think there's a way there's like there are like holes in your stomach where like if you're leaning the wrong way, you can like swallow something and have it just into a different part of your body?
Even more importantly, then who the fuck stands
a little bit of that down there? Nailed it. It's like a game of Operation. If
that were the case, fucking girls like would be fucking holding their tits in weird places and like eating spaghetti, and then dudes be fucking trying to get gotta get
this. Every bus driver I've ever known.
Basically, like,
where are we going with this? Hold on, wait, Nate.
Only thing that now is
everything
you eat is just.
Okay, Nate, I am so sorry. I almost just missed everything you said because Sam just started a sentence after I said about people holding their tits to get bigger. He said, well, every bus driver I've ever known.
Oh my God.
And I am waiting on bated breath to hear
It's not worth
it. Oh my God. I didn't hear the bus driver thing at all.
No, we have to help you.
It was immediately fucking after I said about people trying to maybe they just hold their tits in a certain way and eat spaghetti. Well, bus driver I've ever known.
How can that end?
I was just gonna say every bus driver I've ever.
Oh my god.
Oh, it hurts.
All this build up and it's really stupid.
I'm the best driver that I ever do.
I can't even swallow my saliva right now. I keep choking.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I have a big head. It's okay.
I was gonna say, and it's really stupid now because it's been like 2 minutes of build up. 2 minutes of build up for I was gonna say every bus driver I've ever known has had a big flat ass.
God damn. No, that works. That was good buildup because it falls right into the nonsense we were talking about.
Every bus driver I've ever known has had a bowl of spaghetti with their tits out.
A big flat ass.
They have a big flat ass. I think it's a big ass, but it's real flat.
You think their ass got that way? Because I hope my voice is going through the walls right now.
Wait. So bus drivers, you see them usually sitting and driving a bus. So how did you
why are you seeing so many bus drivers?
I didn't even recognize any bus driver I've ever seen out of a bus.
Are you stalking them and just
Can you
figuring
pick out a
their
bus
ass
driver
shape?
and an ass lineup?
Listen.
Did you ever a bus driver as a kid when you went to school that stood up and you're like, what the fuck? I thought you were the bus. And then they stood up and like had to scream at the kid, we'll take you back to the school. And you're like, oh shit, he disconnected from the bus. Look how flat his ass is. He's going to take us back.
I don't know why I feel that way or how I know that, but it's in my heart that bus drivers have big flat asses. Okay.
No,
I think we just got a glimpse into some Sam psyche that just
Yeah, I can't.
I think that's true. I feel like that's true.
Do they sit in the same seats they make the kids sit in? Are you talking about school buses or city buses? Whatever.
We talking Greyhound or standard school bus? We need to get to the bottom of it.
Like school bus seats were those complete, like perfect L's.
I want to
I feel
Google
like
it.
school bus drivers actually do need to stand up a lot. They need to stand and be like, "Hey, I swear to God, I'm coming back there!" Like screaming.
Yeah, their asses
they got
are
that big
probably
Giga
very
mirror.
strong.
I got a Yahoo answer that backs me up. I don't know how I feel about that.
Did you just Google search do bus drivers have flat asses?
Yes, I did.
Who is the butter queen? And do bus drivers have flat asses?
Listen, if you saw my Google search history, you'd be like, "What is going on?" Those are the only two you know about. Someone on Yahoo Answers got me. He says bus drivers who drive a lot get flat butts, but because they have to use foot pedals, they also have thin legs.
Oh my God!
That's
There's
nothing I like more than a toned calf and a flat ass.
That reminds me to crowbar away from this insanity. I don't want to talk about my weird psyche and why I think about bus drivers' butts so much. But foot pedals, maybe. Do you guys remember that video I sent you like a couple months ago? I want to say of that organ guy, that guy who played the organs. That like super. His hair was very strange. He had very strange shoes, and he played the organs, and he acted like he was God's gift to the earth.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did. The younger guy. He was. Yeah.
Sorry.
I almost didn't, but yeah.
That fucking guy. That guy. He played the organ, and he would do it in such a non-melodic way, but he was like apparently super talented or something.
Do you remember what it was called? So I can just fucking remind myself.
I just have been crazy organ guy.
Add it to the Google search.
You want to get, but without specifying, you'll get a guy with like a liver on the outside.
That's the first fucking thing that comes up is that guy.
You're kidding me? The outside liver man?
No, not that. This guy.
There's a lot of Sams in the world who are not sure who Paula Dean is and who
no, it's not that guy.
The organ man is.
What's his name? What's the organ man?
Queen.
The organ man. That sounds like a man who sells questionable meat.
Or somebody from Oregon.
I typed in pretentious.
Organ man.
I typed in pretentious O, and it went organ player.
Yeah, I know the organ man.
It was like organ player. I went pretentious O, and it filled it in. Organ player. Is that what you're talking about? And it was this dude. This dude's face. This fucking dude's face.
Holy shit.
No one can see this. This is an audio only thing.
Well, for folks at home, play along. Google along. Butter queen. Do bus drivers have flat asses? And pretentious organ player.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was.
Why is he taking
literally
his shirt off? He's playing an organ.
I'm giving Noel a quick
He's a virtuoso. He's the
most pretentious dude you've ever seen too. And like half the interview was him in his bed, like he's just sitting in his bed fully clothed.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is quite uncomfortable actually.
I bet he'd be fun at a museum.
You have a lot to say about butter. Actually, I have a very, very brief, speaking of uncomfortable interactions, situation that happened to me yesterday. I would like you guys to weigh in on that. I'm just not sure because it keeps haunting me.
Okay.
I was at.
I'm gonna put a pin in it. But speaking of haunting things, I have something I want to bring.
Okay, good.
So it's absolutely terrible.
I was at work, and we do art walk, like, first Fridays. And sometimes when kids are in the store and they because we have a lot of mineral specimens, I'll give them a little bag with like a couple of really cheap, faceted, amethysts and garnets. Be like, here's some treasure. And a lot of kids' first reaction is, how much money can I get for this? I'm like, fucking nothing. That's why I gave it to you for free, you little piece of shit. Take the gift. Either way. So
fucking nothing.
What are they gonna do? Like, do they know precious metal? Where are they gonna go to the precious metal vendor? Like, what's their connection?
Yeah, really. They're like, how much can I get for this on the market? I also get kids I had a kid the other day that was like, it'd be really just, preface anybody listening doesn't know I work in a jewelry store. What would be really cool is if you guys had a day where you just gave people whatever they wanted. And I was like, it would be really cool for me to be unemployed.
Yeah.
But either way, so kids are little shits. But either way, I had a little girl, probably 7. She had an extraordinary little shits.
Here that you said that about was just basically a little communist. All kids are communists.
That it's
Let everybody have everything for free.
Would it not be great if you gave all for free, comrade? No, I had a little girl who had an extraordinarily devious face to begin with, but I gave her a bag with the stones in it. I'm gonna just say this as best I can because it's not gonna translate. Obviously, the best way to be able to see is to see me. She I'm looking at this child. She's walking. She walks a couple steps away from me. She opens the bag. I can see over her shoulder. She opens the bag. She looks. She doesn't turn around. She just looks over her shoulder at me, with that open expression of oh my God, and with her mouth agape and that just slow motion fucking winks at me. This is a 7-year-old girl. I'm just sitting here. Yeah, exactly. Like a better wink than most adults can pull off with the mouth agape. It was an expression of
after years of mastering winking, there's no way.
It was some people genuinely can't wink. They try to wink sexy and they just look like they're having a grandma.
What's a sexy wink? What's a sexy wink?
Well, I feel if there's just a wink you're implying something.
Once again, this is an audio podcast. No one knows what we're doing.
A sexy wink is exactly what I just described. If you're just oh no,
she's a 7-year-old. What are you talking about?
That was why it scared the shit out of me.
She gave you a sexy wink.
Okay, no. Okay, so when you want to wink to someone, hey,
no, it would scare me if a 7-year-old person gave me a sexy wink and I thought, oh damn, it was sexy. I'm like, oh god, they're 7. What the fuck?
Wait.
I mean, that would freak me out because be like, shit, what the fuck?
We have to specify. So
I don't understand sexy wink.
If someone just says to you, not try to be sexy, and then it's hey, are you sure? You're hey, are you sure you don't mind covering for me? And they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. They give you a quick little oh, I got you. That's okay. But if someone fucking looks over their shoulder, mouth agape, and then slowly opens and closes their eyes, that's I was like,
listen,
I was like, what the fuck just happened? I'm
so confused. I don't find
you've never seen someone try to be wink sexy as opposed to you know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever winked other than to explain to Asian school children what the word means.
Maybe we're really bad at it. That's why we don't know.
Who's winking? No one's ever winked at me.
This fucking kid. This kid's winking.
Man, kids these days, sexy winking.
I still don't understand the sexy wink. I mean, Taylor, no offense to you, but you're not doing a good job describing it. I don't understand.
I think the speed has a big part of it.
It would be the speed and the. No, I get it. I get it.
It's the lidded gaze, the looking over, this the coy nature of it.
The lidded gaze.
You've got a secret. That's what creeped me out about it. I'm like, don't look at me like that.
That sounds that's the best romance novel.
I give you 2 stones that have a value of
or a podcast
$2.
episode title.
Don't look at me like that. Well, it's just showed to me I won't tell a soul, that kind of thing. And I was like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Get away from me. I am a
that would be the worst.
26-year-old woman and you're a 7-year-old child. Get the hell out of my store.
Well, you know,
can
she
you explain?
learned
Can you see why it's haunting me now?
I get it. I understand.
Like have a child do that to you. This is a goddamn
Oh my
nightmare
God.
I'm living.
the lidded gaze. God damn, that's so funny.
But wait. I remember last time we recorded, we mentioned something about how Nate was going to have a haunted tour in his apartment. Did that ever happen? Did that ever go
I
down?
forgot about that.
I thought we talked about that.
We talked about you were going to. They asked you if you were going to do it, but did they actually come by?
Oh yeah, they did it. It was baloney.
Tell us what happened.
Yeah, please
There's
explain.
really nothing to tell. There's honestly
serve
there's
that
nothing to tell. It's going to taste like bologna. There's nothing really to tell. They came by and it was. I've actually totally put that out of my mind. Give me a second.
But the thing what's incredible is there's nothing to tell about the time that your landlord brought ghost hunters to your house to check for ghosts.
I was going to say.
Oh, nothing to tell. Nothing to report.
There's no ghosts
Were
here.
you home? Like, as if someone were coming at us
I
the
had to
night,
be
Noel
home.
and I would just be watching
legally,
TV.
I had to be home. Yeah.
All right, so you were there. So what happened? What'd they
Nothing. They brought
do?
people in. They came in and were like, "Oh, this lady like knew tons of history about the area." So about 85% of it was just history of like this building used to be, blah blah blah. And then
Did
she
they turn
goes,
the lights out? Did they plant cobwebs? Like, did they attempt to up the spook
Is
factor?
there chanting?
"Oh no, I did all the
Was
spook
there
factor. I
chanting?
lit
They
lit
play
the candle.
horror sounds of the night.
Yeah, horror sounds of the night. I had that going.
They're like,
You're like, look it, I'm impervious. Look it, check
Yeah.
it. Not even scared.
Listen. The key to not letting ghosts bother you is just be the weirdest thing in the house. And the ghosts are just like, well, let's spook somebody else.
Well, I mean, not to backtrack, but let's just say I'm pretty sure that small child is never going to be haunted, by those terms. Yeah,
slow wink.
Well, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Sweet, sexy bag of rocks. Wink, open mouth. If the no, but I think I sent you guys the picture. You look like a catfish out of water.
Like,
is what you
I don't know how to do a sexy
wig.
wig. I could do it. Okay, for the audio podcast.
Turn
Yeah,
over.
for the audio podcast, we're going to describe it.
Helps to turn away. Turn away. Turn away. Arch your back.
You're not interested. You're not interested. Click. We need camera noises. You're not interested. Now you're interested.
Yeah,
you're
it's
sexy interested.
Yeah, it's like you're too busy.
It hurts my back to sexy wig. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
The lidless gaze. It's linked to your
Lidless gaze.
That's what you said.
Isn't that what you said? You said
Lidded gaze. Lidless gaze. This child has
oh,
no eyelids.
lidless. Oh,
You're
right.
sexy wig when you have no eyelids.
Yay. This is the lidless gaze.
The lidless gaze. The eye of the abyss. The dark center of the universe.
So there's nothing, and they were just like, nope, no ghosts, nope.
No, the most interesting thing was I think they thought I staged it because I have those photos in my hallway of those like odd, weird.
Yeah, the faces. Oh my god.
There's like those. It was like it's like a kid standing with like a raven or something. There's I don't know. I've had them for years. They were odd. But then they came out and looked, and they're standing around, and then they asked me, and I'm sitting here like, oh god.
Are you a ghost?
Well, my plan, what I wanted to do in my mind was to be if I couldn't be there was to be like I'm going to be out of town. You guys can come in and do what you want to do. You're the landlords, like whatever. I trust you. Come in, do what you need to do, and then them come in, and then me like hide in the closet, some kind of booger man, and
you should have
like,
gone your Halloween costume.
Yeah,
it's real spooky.
That would have been
with a 20 ounce with a 20 liter or a liter of Pepsi or whatever.
20 liters.
20 liters.
Some champagne. I drunk in the hallway. You don't know how I died.
Giving the lidless gaze.
Probably put 20 liters of Pepsi.
Saccharin goes. But no, it was basically pretty. Yeah, and they were like, have you ever experienced anything paranormal here? And I was like, no, not at all. That was it. I told them, I was like, do you want me to make shit up? Do you want me to be like,
yes,
one time? Yeah, exactly. It's like one time I was in this room and it got real paranormal. It was normal.
And then I put my pants back on.
One time I heard some activity.
Paranormal. Turned out it was just a couple moths fucking around.
You could hear moths.
It was.
They're real big.
Cast
Like in
shadows
Godzilla.
or Godzilla. It was either moths or Godzilla. That is the complete opposite answer.
That's not what I said.
What did you say? How am I not hearing anything correctly? What did you say?
It's either a small creature that weighs less than an ounce or a giant fucking
No,
reptile.
I said like Mothra from Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Godzilla.
No,
I'm sorry.
I don't think
Well,
Mothra
still,
and
the-
Godzilla
The
are
same thing applies. Still gigantic moth.
Oh my god. No. What the fuck? No. I wouldn't say that.
But friendly in nature, so he wouldn't
I wouldn't say that.
haunt you.